Dessert or curries, please. This is crazy. What a day for the unemployed, am I right? Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back to the channel. It is Monday and we are going to do Sunday's sleep session. So this is sleep session 823 from October 26th. And we have quite a bit to catch up on. There is also an exciting event going on this week because it is Halloween week. So the final bits of spooky season before, Christmas and everything goes full blown. I've already seen Christmas decorations and it's really been getting me excited, getting me into the mood. Now, I do wonder here in Canada, is this year going to snow in November or December? Because sometimes we have years where it snows in November, and then other years we have moments where it snows like a couple days right before Christmas. I think all my Christmases, except for Singapore, have been white Christmases during my time, all my life here in Canada. But yeah, seeing the Christmas decor is, really getting me into the cozy festive season. And I'm in the winter months in Stardew Valley right now, so seeing the snow also brings that excitement. Although I know that once the snow is here, because the reality of living in actual snow is not that fabulous, especially when it becomes gray slush, or oh my god, the worst is when you're not wearing the proper shoes and you step in slush and then your socks get wet, and that is really not good. Or if someone else's socks get wet and you're on the bus and it's humid in there because of the moisture and you smell someone's sweaty feet, that is also really not pleasant. But we are going to give this bonus biscuit to the Torchic, and I think that's gonna be it. Nothing that exciting. I think the only exciting bit for me last week was when we encountered 2 Pumpkaboos. I did not catch both of them. I only caught one, but looking back, I'm kicking myself over the fact that I didn't catch that second one because I could have had a better chance at finding a good pumpkin farmer, Yeah, that sucks, but I'm hopeful that this week we are going to be able to find a Pumpkaboo. Why? Because happening right now is a 2025 Halloween event. This is super exciting because this is our 3rd Halloween. So this year, the Pokemon that is being released for Halloween is Pumpkaboo and Gourgeist. And there's also an Eevee wearing Halloween hat. But don't worry, because if you want to catch the Halloween hat Pikachus from the 2 previous years, you are still able to do that. So 2024 and 2023 Halloween hat Pikachu, which have different color ribbons, orange and purple. But along with this event is some fun rewards that you can get, like Candy S and linking cords to evolve your Pumpkaboo, and you get these by doing the limited time missions. So don't forget to do your incense reward mission, because that tends to be the one that I flack on, the use 7 incenses. You can also get 2 times the usual number of sleep candies from sleep research, so try getting a lot of sleep in. And during this event, ghost type Pokemon such as Gengar can appear on Greengrass Isle and Greengrass Isle Expert. Although I do advise that, especially for Gengar, you want to catch it as a Ghastly. But if it's a shiny Gengar, then that's even more great, right? To commemorate this event, a new recipe using a new ingredient, lump pumpkin, will be added. 1 dessert drink recipe and 1 curry stew recipe will be added today at 4 a.m. I can't do the time conversion, but there will also be other bonuses, and they're hoping that we are looking forward to this. I know I'm really looking forward to this because new Pokemon with a new recipe, that Pokemon automatically gets so coveted. And it's been a while since we have gotten a new ingredient. The last one being coffee? I forget. But there's a new ingredient coming with a new map, so we're gonna take a look at that later. But yeah, this is the bonuses that we are going to look at just as a refresher of what to expect this week. So all day certain Pokemon are more likely to appear during sleep research, which are ghost type Pokemon. And anytime a ghost type helper Pokemon brings you an ingredient as it regularly would, it will have 1 extra. Really great. The chance of any ghost type helper Pokemon's main skill being triggered will be multiplied by 1.25, and the main skill of ghost type helper Pokemon will be boosted by 3 when they trigger. So I'm really hoping that when I gather enough ingredients, I will be able to bring out my Drifblim and my Mimikyu, because they're pretty good ghost type Pokemon, and their main skills are very good as well. Main skills of ghost type helper Pokemon will be boosted by 3 when they trigger. So I'm gonna see what higher potential looks like for my Drifblim and Mimikyu once I am able to use them. And the Snorlax in the event will have Bluckberry, Ghost-type Berry, as their favorite Pokemon, and the other 2 berries will be random. A few Pokemon of different sleep styles will appear, regardless of your sleep style of that day. And on the night of Halloween and the last day of the event, candies from Sleep Research will be multiplied by 3. So you're gonna a lot of candy. But on other days, it's just multiplied by 2. So super exciting stuff. I'm very excited to encounter more Ghost-type Pokemon because I'm really hoping to encounter, or have you guys encounter on my friends list, more Mimikyus and more Drifloons and Drifblims, because I want more candies for them so that I can level them up a bit more. My mushroom farming Gengar, I don't really need candies for them, so there's that. I mean, any candy I will get is just to max up their level, but I'm not in any rush. I think right now the only one that I have maxed at 65 is my Wigglytuff Aria. So the event is only happening in Greengrass Isle, just like every other year. And I've already reached M20 on this map. I didn't prepare anything this week to hit any high numbers. I'm just taking it chill and enjoying my time here. So let's see. I'm not going to hear what the music sounds like now, but I am going to hear it when I edit, so that's going to be exciting. Let's see. I hope it's dessert or curries, please. Oh my gosh, it's salad. That's so sad. That's so devastating. Okay, let's see if I have an easy travel ticket, because I really want to unlock the new recipe this week. So I have 2 easy travel tickets. We're going to use that. I don't normally do this, but I mean, I really want to try to get at least one of the recipes for this week. Now, watch me fail and get salad again. That would be actually devastating. Not here, but on Greengrass Isle. Let's see what it is. Oh my gosh, it's salad. If it's a 3rd salad in a row, I don't know what the game is trying to tell me. Okay, so item, easy travel ticket. I only had 2. So even if I purchase one in the shop, because I think you can only buy one a month, right? Even if I purchase another one in the shop, I'm not going to be able to do this again. I'm going to need 2 to do this entire procedure. Okay, let's see. Desserts or curries. We got desserts. Thank God. Also, the colors of the berries, it's like a palindrome. Purple, yellow, purple. Very Halloween vibes. I don't think we have an orange berry. So, I mean, very Halloween, right? Alright, that is really good. Let's collect all of our ingredients. So I do have my curry team because I wasn't sure if I was going to get dessert or curry, but we got dessert. So this is our 3rd dessert week in a row, which is not bad. I'm growing to really enjoy desserts because I also get to use my Magnezone, and that's pretty great. But, yeah, I kind of wish I kept my dessert team out. But we are going to be the team. Proc Wigglytuff skill. Oh, and because my Gengar is a ghost type, every mushroom or herb that it collected gave me an extra. So let's do breakfast and let's see, what can we make? We can make some popcorn. So let's make popcorn. Let's add in some protein. Use up the bean sausages that we got from our Charizard because we're really not likely going to use that. And I have quite a bit of green grass soybean now because I was preparing for curry week in the event that it was, but looks like that's going to be some filler ingredient for us this week as well. So 31k, no extra tasty, but that is alright. I'm feeling quite puffy this morning as well. It's around like this time of the year where seasonal allergies kick in, but the change of weather affecting my body. My body is still adjusting to the Canadian weather after acclimating quite a bit to Singapore's weather for the past 8 months, but you guys, holy cow, my fingertips are so dry, my body is so dry. I really need to lotion up and keep socks on my feet if I don't want them to crack and bleed, but it has been, yeah, just like constant moisturizing. And you know, when you're doing chores or dishes or cleaning up, your hands get a little dry too, so that doesn't help. Let's pick up our reward. We got the regular reward and then the Halloween one. So we are able to get our EV if we don't use the incense, or if we do use the incense. I don't think I've used the incense for the other year, so I still have my Halloween hat incenses, but I'm excited to get to Ultra 1 so that we can get the Pumpkaboo incense, because I really want to get a good Pumpkaboo. Actually, let me check for the reward for the incense. I forget. Use 7 incenses, get 5 Poke Biscuits, which is quite the valuable resource, so highly recommend that you do that. So I'm probably going to put a energy recovery incense just because the game gives so many of free ones of that. And then, I don't know, just we'll figure out what other incense we want to use. But we got 10 diamonds. And let me show you guys what my Pumpkaboo, my first catch Pumpkaboo looks like, and what we are hoping to get. Let's see. Date registered. Here it is. This is the first Pumpkaboo that we caught. And it is ABA for the ingredient list. The pumpkin looks so like plump and juicy. Such a good name for it. But these are the stats, so ideally, I would have wanted ingredient finding up in there. Helping speed is really good, but the skill triggers and then inventory up, not really needed. Especially because this Pumpkaboo is the jumbo variety, and the jumbo variety has more inventory space, whereas the smaller Pumpkaboos will help out faster, so the frequency will be shorter. So having helping speed on this Pumpkaboo is like really nice, but the other 3 skills, sub-skills, I don't really need. And then my nature, speed of help up, main skill chance down. Not bad, it could be worse. Speed of help up natures is always nice, but I would have wanted ingredient finding up, somewhere. So yeah, we are going to aim for a mono plump pumpkin Pumpkaboo. Depending on the variety, the main skills, and the sub-skill, you have a little bit of flexibility on what you're able to tolerate, I think would be the best word. Tolerate. But look at the pumpkins in the back, so cute. Be careful if any of you guys are doing pumpkin carving. That is a time of the year where a lot of people get hand injuries because of the serrated knife, or just the pumpkin being slippery, because sometimes you use gloves and then the gloves might not be non-slip, and then yeah, you get injuries, and that's no good. Alright, so let's go to desserts. I'm going to use this team, and I don't think I need to switch anyone out, so we're just going to keep them out. So coffee, corn, milk, and cacao is what I'm farming for right now. And then my Arya farms honey, so once I get enough ingredients, I'll bring out my Magnezone and I'll start doing like a lot of Clodsire eclairs. But for the time being, I usually alternate between the corn, if I have the ingredients. I have like enough oil for one more. And then the, the mold breaker corn tiramisu, which actually sounds so delightful and delicious. But let's take a look into the news, because there's something pretty exciting that we haven't gone over. I wanted to go over this on Friday, but then I got pretty busy Friday, and I needed a break after doing 4-hour streams 3 days in a row. But this is basically about the new area, Amber Canyon. And oh my gosh, I'm sure that so many people who favor dragon types will be so excited about this, because not only are you going to be finally able to use your good Altaria that you've probably been holding in the back pocket, or your Dragonite, but you can catch more dragon type Pokemon. So you see the Flygon there, as you can see them hinting in the portraits there. And I know that we have some viewers who really love shiny Flygons, so I'm super excited for you guys. So Amber Canyon is the new map that is going to be added to the game. And along with this is a new ingredient called a Glossy Avocado. So avocados are making its way to the game. It has had a chokehold in the health sphere for quite some time. And honestly, a little side note, growing up Vietnamese, avocado has always been a fruit we've enjoyed as a sweet dessert, compared to here with avocado toast, where it's more of a savory treat. No, guacamole is really good though. As a savory thing, guacamole is really good. Definitely like tiers above avocado toast. But growing up, my mom would mash up some avocado for me and then sprinkle sugar, and that would be like it. And that was so good. And I feel like for some people that might sound gross, because when I saw it circulate online, I've seen some comments and they're like, ew, avocado as a sweet dessert, that's so weird. But I mean, it kind of also comes to show how limited in different cultures' cuisine they've been exposed to, so no fault of their own, but it's definitely a don't knock it till you try it thing. I know traditionally in Vietnam they add like condensed milk and crushed ice, and sometimes if you add that into a smoothie, it becomes a avocado smoothie. And you can find that in some Vietnamese pho restaurants as well, if you've ever seen an avocado smoothie there. Very popular thing. So enjoying avocado as a sweet treat, I definitely recommend. It's so good. If you don't have all the ingredients, just mash up your avocado, sprinkle sugar, mix it in, add as much sugar as you want, measure with your heart, and it is just so delicious, so good. But yeah, going back to the exciting thing, the Amber Canyon that is coming to the game. There are going to be more sleep style dex goals, which is really exciting because I feel like when you have goals to a game that you complete, it just does something to our brain, you know? And it's been a while since I've reached any more new goals in Pokemon Sleep that bring me that sort of excitement, so I'm really excited to have some more sleep style dex goals. And the Amber Canyon is coming on November 6th. You know what, which is so funny because it's stealing the spotlight from Snowdrop Tundra, because now that we're entering the really like wintry months where it's gonna get cold, Christmas is coming, you would figure, oh, we're gonna make our way to Snowdrop Tundra. I'm sure they're gonna do events to like entice us to go there, but yeah, you think we're gonna make our way to Snowdrop Tundra, enjoy the colder months, and then bam, Amber Canyon's here. But I guess we're like snowbirds, right? We're migrating to the warmer weather. But to unlock this area, you need to complete the dex goal of registering 450 sleep styles. So 450, remember that. But Snorlax's favorite berries for this map will be the poison berry, the bug berry, and the dragon berry. So bug Pokemon are gonna get some love too, as well as dragon and poison. I don't know if poison was already a favorite somewhere else, but yeah, very exciting for the dragon. I think I have a good Altaria that I'm holding off on as well. And these are the new Pokemon that are going to be arriving as well, so take a look here. I'm not going to read it all, but I think very exciting ones for people would be Salamence and the Flygon. When it comes to the Salamence evolution, the middle one is my favorite because it just looks so cute. Like, it doesn't look menacing, it looks cute, and like you could just push it over and it'll roll. So I would love to have a shiny one of that and just keep it shiny, even though the color's not that great. But yeah, I would say the most exciting for me would be the Salamence line for the new arrivals. But you can also encounter these Pokemon in different areas. So the Flygon line you can find in Taupe Hollow. Everything else you can find in Amber Canyon. They're not going to be anywhere else. These are the sleep types if you're curious about that. And for the new ingredients and recipes, okay, this is what really excites me. So we know it's called Glossy Avocado. That will be added. There's going to be 1 new curry recipe, 2 new salad recipes, and 1 new dessert and drink recipe. So as you remember, for Halloween, there is 1 new curry, 1 new drink, and now with this, there is another new curry, new drink, and 2 salads. So in total, with all of this going on before the end of the year, we're getting 2 new curry recipes, 2 new dessert recipes, and 2 new salad recipes. And yeah, I'm so excited. I can't wait to unlock more ingredients, especially because when you unlock ingredients and you unlock new recipes, you get diamonds as well. When you go to the notes section of your game, you get diamonds for completing that. So that is the exciting news. I don't think there is anything else for us to look at. Nothing really worth taking a look over. So we're gonna go straight into our research community tab, and we are going to talk about our weekend. But before I do so, here is my latte of the day. I did something a little different, so it doesn't look different, but there is brown sugar banana syrup in here, and I made this a couple days ago, and I had like this much, because I had like a little over a cup's worth, because this can hold a cup and a half. So yeah, I had a little of a cup's worth of this syrup, but as you can see, I've gone through half of it. It is so delicious, and I've never made banana bread before, but wow, there is just something about the smell of warmed bananas with cinnamon, brown sugar, and maple syrup that is just so divine. And I feel like I understand why people make banana bread. One, because it's really delicious, but two, the smell, insane. I need that in a candle, but even this, oh my gosh, it just smells so good. And also, it kind of, the smell reminds me of the custard filling in Tokyo banana, if you've ever gotten that during your time in Japan, or maybe someone from Japan or who visited brought it back as a souvenir. But oh my gosh, it just smells so good. So I'm so happy I made this, and I'm gonna share the recipe variation that I use in the description below for those who are also curious, because I know we have some people that like to cook and make their own syrup, so I'm gonna share the one that I use. But to quickly list out the ingredients: 2 bananas, maple syrup, white sugar, brown sugar, cinnamon, measure with your heart, and maple syrup. Did I say that already? I didn't add salt in this because I heard that when you add salt into things, it makes it less shelf stable. So usually when I make stuff that I'm gonna keep in the fridge for a while, I don't add salt. I add it when I consume. So yeah, my Malden flaky sea salt I added today, but if you don't like banana, you're not gonna like this. But also, I didn't like the Korean banana milk when I went to Korea, but I do love this. This is so good, so good. So cheers, you guys. Happy Halloween week, and I hope you guys all find your Pumpkaboo. I should have done like pumpkin spice something, but I don't know if I can be creative enough to finish an entire pumpkin. But got banana latte, and it's just so nice because it really feels like you're drinking a nice dessert treat. And I love it. So playing around with syrups for your lattes is definitely a fun way to, you know, just spice up your life a little. And to have something to look forward to, you know. I know that would be so good in matchas as well. So one of these days I will do that. And then I think I want to buy another one of these. It's from the brand OXO. Really good kitchen and home stuff. Side note, from this brand as well, I have this little plunger toilet brush for my washroom, but they're concealed, so you never feel like it's exposing to your bathroom area or anything like that, and it just looks like much more clean and kept away, tucked away, and so much more better. The way it's made is good air circulation and flow, so even after you're done using it and you're done cleaning it, if it's still wet, there's good air circulation, so it will dry out naturally in there instead of having the moisture trapped and then it becomes all like gross and stinky. But yeah, good housekeeping 101. Now in terms of my week and weekend, oh my gosh, look at that team, that's so funny. Oscar's Dedini team, an army of them. But I had a really good end of week and weekend. So end of week, I was just busy cleaning up and packing away the rest of my stuff in my condo so that I can anticipate some guests coming over and sleeping over, and that was just, it was so much fun. So Friday, I did cleanup, worked out, played a lot of Stardew Valley. Saturday, same thing, cleaned up the rest of what I didn't do the other day, played a lot of Stardew Valley. And then Saturday evening was when my friends slowly started to trickle in. And when we have another friend, oh, Naja got a shiny Ivysaur, congratulations. Beautiful yellow bulb on its back. But we have a friend who works at a sushi restaurant, so they were able to provide us with sushi grade salmon and tuna that they get, and we got it at a really good price. And so we had a little girl dinner, sushi dinner situation going on here. And I used to work at a sushi kiosk for 5 years when I was doing my undergrad and my college degree. So luckily I was able to cut the sashimi because there's like a certain angle, but you also have to follow the grain of the salmon and the tuna in a certain way, and luckily I remember how to do that. So I was able to do that. It was super fun. You know, you gotta use all your life skills to your advantage. Oh my gosh, so many people are getting shinies, but Night Fury, congrats on the shiny Caterpie matching with your Jif Blim that you got. Super ready for the Halloween event. It's gonna look so gorgeous on the map. Like it shines on the Halloween map. But yeah, we ordered sashimi. I cut and prepared that, My cousin plated it, so it looked so beautiful. And we also ordered sushi rolls. We ordered that, had that delivered to the place. We tried to make it so we didn't have to cook or prep too much, so that we spent more time just enjoying each other's company and chatting and catching up. And these are the girls that I went to Korea with, so it was so nice to chit chat and catch up and just kind of relive those moments as well. Oh my gosh, another shiny! And so much of them had the color yellow in them. So maybe today yellow would be my lucky color. But it's a shiny Riolu. Congrats, Chris. Riolu and Lucario are my favorite. I think they're my sister's favorite too, because I saw her have these figurines of them, and I'm like, when I saw it, I thought to myself, I don't remember giving that to her, but I'm happy she likes it. And then when I was unpacking, I saw my Riolu and Lucario things, and I'm like, oh my god, I didn't give it to her. I guess she likes Lucario and Riolu as well, which is funny. Anyway, so the dinner was so fun. We had some white wine. You guys are so lucky. A shiny Eevee? Holy cow. Congrats, Wei. But alongside our sashimi and sushi rolls, we had some white wine and Japanese plum wine. Japanese plum wine is my favorite. So good with ice. It's like it's sweet, it's yummy. So yeah, we enjoyed that. The white wine, I don't know, I'm just not a wine person, you know? There's something about the taste of wine that just makes me go like, you know what I mean? I don't know how to describe it, but I mean, I'm kind of curious when people drink it, like what is it about the taste that they like? Because when I describe plum wine, I can really clearly say I love the taste of the plum that I'm tasting. I love the sweetness of it, and it just is so smooth to drink compared to wine. But we had a lot of fun conversations, heartfelt conversations as well. And my cousins and I, so the three of us slept on my queen size bed. We just rotated the other way so that the three of us can fit, even though our feet dangle a little bit, but it's okay. And my friend who lent me her foldable mattress when I first moved here, she used her foldable mattress to sleep out here in the living room, and initially it was against the wall where my computer is, but then she felt a little left out, so she moved her bed like right here, and it was so funny. She didn't want to put it in the bedroom because she was afraid that one of us might step on her at nighttime if we go to the washroom, so I thought that was so funny. But I fell asleep so quickly. I didn't expect to fall asleep so quickly, but I was just so pooped. My friend who slept right here, she slept until, like, she was awake until 5 a.m. So it was as if our sleep schedules flipped. But the next day we woke up and we all got ready. So 4 girls getting ready. We all got ready to go for brunch, but before brunch I needed some help running errands, and God bless the girlies for helping me for this, but they brought me to a store to buy balloons because it was my little sister's birthday the next day. So my brother brought over my siblings. So I have 2 half siblings, 1 blood related, but I always just say siblings because to me they're just siblings. But yeah, just in case you're wondering, like, why do I say brother and then siblings? Like, it's just a weird thing. But my siblings were coming over after the brunch. They were gonna come over in the evening time, and we were gonna cut cake and sing happy birthday, and also give my other siblings a tour of the place that I live in now. So yeah, my girlfriends, they helped me get balloons and the cake, so that was really great. So at the pastry store, I was also able to buy a cream eclair because that is one of my other favorite things at that specific bakery, and 2 almond croissants so that I can enjoy that for today and tomorrow while I have like my coffee in the morning and whatnot. So I'm super excited to enjoy that later. Probably while I'm editing, I will be enjoying a good croissant. So we got the balloon, we got the cakes, we brought them back at my place, and then we went straight to the brunch spot, which is inside a mall. So we did a little window shopping. We didn't buy anything though, but we did a little window shopping, which is really exciting. And then we met up with our other friend who came to brunch with us. And he's so sweet because he got each of the girlies a chocolate bar. So I took the matcha chocolate. my friend, the one who slept over here, doesn't like matcha, so she got London Fog. Then the other two got matcha as well. I think no, or someone got chai. But yeah, super sweet of him to do that for us. He brought us a chocolate bar each, and then we got seated, we picked our meals. Then we went to go wash our hands, and while we were going to go wash our hands, there was like, I don't know, a Mario event going on or something, but I heard like Super Mario sounds, and there was a dude or a person inside the Mario costume, and when I saw it I was like, oh my gosh. And then he hugged me and I felt so special, but then at the same time I'm like thinking, I'm gonna get sick, because I'm sure as hell he's hugging all these other kids. And it's sick season for kids, so I'm hoping I don't get sick, because that would suck. Living alone and being sick is like another level of suckiness, but I'm gonna have to experience it sooner or later. But yeah, not looking forward to being sick. So after brunch, we walked a bit and window shopped a bit more. My cousin did this blind box, and it was so funny because we were so excited, and the blind box was $25. So we were 5 of us. $25 for her blind box to bring us that amount of joy. That's like $5 of joy per person. But it was so fun. She got the one she wanted. It was so cute. It was these 2 Maltese dogs eating spaghetti, so kind of like Lady and the Tramp moment. But it was so funny because my cousin was like touching the boxes, weighing them, being like, do you think this one would have the cute one? Because I really don't want the surfboard and the floaty dogs, because those are my least favorite ones. So we took a minute deciding which one she was gonna get, and then when she got them, she was like, do you guys want to like open it now or when we get back home? And I'm like, I want to see it right now. And as we're leaving the store, the cutest little Maltese dog is just prancing in front of the store, walking by, and me and my cousin were like, that's a sign you're gonna get the one that you want. So we found a bench, we sit down, she's opening it, and she got the one she wanted, which was the spaghetti eating dogs, and it was just so cute. But yeah, such a fun moment. I love that. That was like so funny with our shared excitement. And then we came back here, the girls sniffed my perfume collection. If you're curious about my perfume collection, I do have a video, because perfumes is one of my hobbies and passions. I love smelling good and I love smelling perfumes. So yeah, it was fun smelling perfumes at the mall with them, and then coming back home and letting them smell my perfume collection and giving them some of the extra samples that I received when I bought perfume. So giving it to them so that they could try it out themselves before they commit to buying something full bottle. But that was so much fun. And then they left, so I tidied up a little bit before my family came over. And my family brought Susu, which is the kitten that my mom adopted from my aunt, if you've been keeping up to date. But I was so happy and I was so touched that my siblings brought Susu over. I did get a little scratch from her, but I mean, it's okay. It's a love mark, okay? So I'm wearing it very proudly. But I love spending time with my siblings and showing them the place and just letting them know, like, I'm doing okay. And this is a space, if ever you guys want to come visit, I'd be more than happy if you guys visit. We cut cake, we sang happy birthday to my little sister. She's turning a big sweet 16, so it was quite special. So I really wanted to make her feel like, you know, special. So I got her balloons and stuff, wrote her a beautiful card, and, you know, slipped in some money. And then I recorded it because I love to record these moments for my younger siblings so that they have something to see when they're older. When I was growing up, my parents were struggling and they didn't have the means to purchase film and develop it, because back then you had to, you know, purchase the film rolls and then developing it is another thing. So I don't have too many photos of me growing up when I was a kid. I have like a baby photo, like 3 baby photos when I was 1 year old, and then my kindergarten or pre-K graduation photo, and then like my photo when I turned 10 years old. But no moments of those in-betweens, which I wish I saw, because I just want to know like what I looked like in those memories that I can't remember, you know? And I don't fault my parents for their situation, but seeing as that is now something that I value, I try to not miss a moment for these birthdays when it comes to my younger siblings. So I'm that annoying sibling who rallies people together. We sing happy birthday, we take Polaroid photos, we take digital photos, I take a video, and I was looking at old photos from like videos and photos from years ago when I would do this for the kids for like their 5th, 6th, 7th birthday, and just seeing them slowly grow is like, I don't know, it's just so heartwarming, you know? And I love it when I give it to them, because it's so funny seeing how they don't remember it, but I remember those moments, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's just been, as an older sibling, so fulfilling watching them grow into their own person and seeing their personalities and hobbies develop over the years. And there's so much fulfillment when they reach out and learn to rely on me as well. And I just love being their older sibling. But yeah, it was a really fun birthday celebration, and my siblings and I caught up for a while. We spoke about, because we kind of all have the same common interest when it comes to like gaming, being chronically online. So I don't know if you guys heard about the whole Emiru situation where she outed her ex Mizkif for some serious allegations. But we were like talking about that, and I didn't know too much about it because right before they got here, I was listening to her video, Emiru's video that she posted on YouTube, and I didn't finish it. But then my siblings came, and yeah, my brother was like, "Did you hear about the Emiru thing?" And then my other brother was like, "Actually, she's like in the middle of watching it right now." And I'm like, "Yeah, I heard a little bit about it. I seen clips and shit and stuff, and it's like so crazy." And one thing that breaks my heart when it comes to the whole Emiru situation as a whole, and for anyone who's ever been in a situation where they have been in a quote-unquote abusive or manipulative relationship, and it took them longer than they should have to get out. I hate the discourse of, why did they stay that long? Like, if it were me, I would have left and stuff, because you truly don't know what it's like until you're in one, you know? You always have this thought of, but they can change, they can do better. You make excuses, you start bargaining, you start blaming yourself on what you did wrong that may have contributed to what they did wrong. But at the end of the day, it's not about you, and so much more about them. And I just feel so bad for her situation and how people could just sum it up to, well, not everyone, but like, it just breaks my heart when I do see comments like, why didn't she leave sooner? Like, oh, you should have known Mizkif was problematic ever since Maya, and stuff like that, you know? But it's like, are you really gonna fault her for falling in love and like wanting to believe that he could change? Especially when like he's telling her he could. Now, I'm not gonna go too much into detail of what his allegations were against her and the other allegations that she had against him, but it just sucks when I see people in abusive relationships that get out, and some people are so judgmental and they're like, wouldn't have been me, I would have left the moment. But no, you wouldn't. I mean, if you did, good for you, you know, because I wouldn't wish that upon anyone. But when you're in it, it's just so much more different than being a third person giving in your input, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just so different. So I'm glad that she did leave, and I'm sure moving forward she's never going to hopefully tolerate that sort of stuff again. It's a shitty situation to be in, and hopefully with good friends around you, you do have the strength to leave that situation before it gets a little too hard to leave, especially when people struggle with like the sunk cost fallacy and all that. Yeah, it's just sad. The entire situation is sad, but it's even another layer of sadness when people start blaming the person for what they've gone through as justification for them not leaving sooner. You know what I mean? And that sucks. But yeah, that was crazy. That entire thing was crazy. After my siblings left, I was cleaning the entire place because, you know, I had people over, sleepover and everything. There's a lot to clean up, especially when you're dealing with raw fish. So I had to like really deep clean sanitize my kitchen because I wasn't gonna do it while they're here. I mean, I did what I could on the way. Because look, working in sushi, working in food, I think if you get it, you get it. You learn health safety stuff, and those things are just ingrained in you. So when I was working in sushi for 5 years, we had to do cleanup every time at the end of the day, like deep cleanup. So that's just something I'm used to, and that's like my normal. So yeah, cross-contamination and everything, that's no joke. That's how you get food poisoning. So after everyone left, I mean, the last thing you probably want to do is clean on a Sunday night, right? But I cleaned everything. I vacuumed the entire place, I mopped the entire place, deep cleaned my kitchen, my bathroom. And that brought me joy. And while I was doing that, I was listening to Emiru's side and then Mizkif's side, and I was like, this is crazy. What a day for the unemployed, am I right? But yeah, just craziness all around. And now it is Monday, and I am looking forward to my dance class later this evening. It is starting to peak with sunshine, and it's overcast and it's looking beautiful outside. And I got some work to do later on, so gotta get all that work done. Housework as well. I mean, there's always something to do, you know? There's always something to do, and it never stops. But those are my thoughts for Monday. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing all that ramble. Let me know what your thoughts are if you have anything to say. What are you excited about when it comes to the event happening or Amber Canyon? Dragon type users, check in the comment section below if you're excited for the new Dragon type Pokemon that are coming to the game. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. If you can, become a channel member as well so you can have a cool badge and use some fun emotes when you're interacting in the comment section. Check out all my socials as well, and check me out on Twitch. Check out my schedule because we are going to be streaming this week, so I have a dedicated schedule put out. So do look forward for that. We're going to be playing more Pokemon ZA, but Saturday will be a chill stream. So I might be playing Grand Blue Fantasy, who knows? I might be just chatting with you guys and, you know, reacting to stuff, because I do I do like doing that too. Oh, and join us in the Discord if you haven't yet. Great community, super nice people, cozy vibes, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video or the next stream. So until then, take care, good luck, and have fun. Bye.